Hello and welcome to Dubai Life. Thank you so much for supporting this channel by subscribing, by commenting, and by recommending or sharing the videos with others who may need them. In today's video, we're going to talk about the deadline of using the old Ugandan passport. The old Ugandan passport, the machine-read passport, will expire by 4th of April 2022. So anyone still holding that old passport will not be able to travel out of Uganda if they still have that old passport. What it means, if you're planning to travel within after the next 2 to 3 days, you'll have to get the new East African Community Passport, the electronic passport. If you're out of the country, maybe you'll be allowed to go back to Uganda. But if you are in Uganda, there's no way you'll get out of the country with the old passport. I'm saying maybe for people who are out of the country and need to go back home. It's a maybe. I'm not sure if you'll be allowed without any supporting travel document from the embassy or the consulate in the country you are. In this video, I'll tell you about the steps you need to take to get the new Ugandan passport or the East African Community Passport, which is a blue passport. This information is specifically designed for people living in the United Arab Emirates. However, even if you're living in another country, it could help depending on your embassy or how processes are happening within that country you're in. So these are the steps you should follow, and I'll upload another video that takes you through step by step of filling the online form, because this can be done online, but in this video I won't take you through the whole process of filling the form, the online form. That will be another video. But first watch this step by step, and if you have any challenges filling the form, then watch out for the next video about filling the form step by step to the last point. Now let me take you through the steps of anyone who wants to get a new passport, a new Ugandan or East African Community Passport. The new passport is blue, and you'll see East African Community Passport by the Republic of Uganda. So there's no way you can confuse the new passport with the old passport. Even if you have a new passport which hasn't expired, but it's the old kind of passport, the old book, you won't be able to travel. That's what I'm talking about. It doesn't have to expire. As long as still that old passport, you won't be able to travel. The official recognized passport for the Republic of Uganda is the blue East African Community Passport. You'll start by visiting the website where you find all the steps to help you go through the process of getting a new East African Community Passport. And the website is www.passport.go.ug. I'll put the link in the description in case you don't want to bother yourself typing in to the computer. You can just click on the link and go straight to that website. You'll see something that looks like this with the Republic of Uganda Ministry of Internal Affairs, Directorate of Citizenship and Immigration Control. It will welcome you to Uganda Passport Application System, and then you'll have 4 options. Apply for a passport, continue application. This is in case you filled the passport form but didn't complete because of some information missing. You can save it and come back the next time. So the next time you don't go to apply, you go to continue application. Then after that, there's schedule appointment and check status. These are the 4 steps that you'll follow to get through applying and getting your passport. The second step is to accept the terms and conditions, and then you can create an account, a personal account with your name and login, so that in case you want to continue with the form, you'll have to log in with the same details. This is to identify who is using the platform to apply for the passport. Then answer a simple security question. This is just to make sure that whoever is behind the computer is a human being. It's not a robot filling these forms. Click on apply for a passport and fill the passport application form properly and correctly. Please be very careful. Do not make any mistakes on this form, because there are some mistakes that cannot be picked out by other individuals. For example, if you say female or male, they may not be able to pick it up. If you put a wrong birth date, they may not be able to pick it up. If you spell your name wrongly, they may not be able to pick that up and make the corrections. But in future, if your passport comes out with a mistake, it will be you to suffer to get it rectified. So make sure you're very careful when you're filling this passport. If you have someone else by your side, they can help you to read through to make sure everything is right. You must be having the old passport, so copy from the old passport into the new passport. However, there's some information about your originality that you may not have on the passport, so be sure that you're getting it from the right people. Everything has to be filled correctly. It's a passport, you don't want to get into trouble. I've had friends or people I know who had passports coming up with the wrong spellings of the names, passports coming out with a wrong birth date. You don't want that to happen to you, so make sure you fill everything correctly. If the passport control team or the passport office brings it out with a mistake, then it will be them to bear the cost of printing a new one. But if it's you making the mistake on the form, then the expenses of printing a new passport will be on you. Mark that and be careful with the passport application form. And in any case, if you have some information you're doubting, do not submit. Save the form and get that information. Make sure it's right. Go back to continue application and fill the right information. Now the next step is to print out the passport application fee invoice. It's like an invoice or pro forma invoice that shows how much money you have to pay to the bank for the passport. It may differ according to the type of passport you're applying for. If it's a diplomatic passport, it will be a different fee. If it's a normal passport, it will be a different fee. So print that out or save it as PDF and plan to make payment for that. At this point, you can choose the preferred payment method. The options available now include online payment using a Visa card or at the counter with the preferred bank in Uganda. So at this point, if you choose to pay online, you can go right ahead and pay the amount online using your card in Dubai or in UAE, or whatever card it is. It's a Visa card, you can pay online, or you can choose to pay at a counter. Now, if you're in United Arab Emirates or in another country, what I recommend is if you have someone back home who can do that payment for you at the counter at selected banks in Uganda, that is much better. Or use your card and pay directly online. That is even faster. You'll get a notification of payment received and payment made off your account. Keep that as your proof of payment. Make sure you pay also the bank charges along. You'll need to obtain 4 passport size photographs with a white background and a copy of a national ID for a recommender. Now this recommender can be a family member, can be a parent, can be a brother or sister, but should be someone close to your family. That's the most recommended. You could have a friend as your recommender, but I suggest someone close like a parent or a sister or someone very close into your family. After doing that, have your form you filled and printed out, have your proof of payment, and then visit the passport office or the embassy in the United Arab Emirates. At the moment, the Ugandan embassy in United Arab Emirates is located in Abu Dhabi. However, there are plans to have a consulate approved in Dubai. That will make it easier for people coming from Sharjah, Ajman, Dubai, Fujairah, etc. Because for them it's a long distance to go through other Emirates, through Dubai to go to Abu Dhabi. You do not need to book for this appointment like in other countries. In Uganda, you'll have to book the appointment online, but in this case, in Abu Dhabi, in the United Arab Emirates, you do not have to book an appointment. Once you fill the form correctly, you have made the payment, you just have to take that and present it to the embassy in Abu Dhabi. United Arab Emirates, you'll have to pay a fee for the courier services, because remember, these documents have to be sent to Uganda, to the passports office, and then sent back. The passport will have to be sent back to the United Arab Emirates, where you'll pick it from the embassy. So the fee for that is 200 dirhams. Recently, there was a meeting between the embassy, that is the ambassador of the United Arab Emirates, Mr. Abed Chibedi, and the Prime Minister of Uganda, and their plans to have a passport printing machine in the United Arab Emirates, that is at the embassy. This will help us and stop the process of sending the documents to Uganda and sending the passport back to United Arab Emirates. So that means this fee of 200 dirhams will have to go away, because everything will be happening in the United Arab Emirates. And the other development is having the consulate in Dubai. That will help a lot for people who are in Dubai, Sharjah, Ajman, Ras Al Khaimah, Fujairah, since they won't have to travel that distance to Abu Dhabi. These are things in pipeline. But if you plan to travel anytime soon, especially within April, you need to have the new passport. If your plans are in future, maybe in 5 months, 10 months, or 1 year, maybe you have a chance you'll wait. But if your visa has to be renewed also, you'll have to definitely get a new passport. This is for people who have to renew their visas, to renew their contract in the companies. You need to get the new passport, because the old passport will not be accepted as the official travel document or the official national ID passport for the Republic of Uganda. That's it for me for today. So if you have the new passport, it's all good. If you don't have the new passport, please start on the process right away. For those who just lost their passports, whether it's a new passport or the old passport, I have a video on this channel on how you can proceed, or the process of getting a new passport. So follow that process until the point of applying for the new passport. So the point of going to the police to report to get a passport lost for a report, that is a must. If you lost a passport, whether it's stolen or you lost it or you misplaced it or it's damaged, you have to go through the process of going to police to get that lost passport report before you can proceed to apply for the online passport. And you'll have to attach that on your form when you're filling it. And also you'll have to take that report when you're submitting the documents at the embassy. So thank you so much. That's all from me today. Have a good weekend.